Hello, adventurers! Welcome to the second Woodhaven live stream, the secret reveals, and my guest, my second host is actually Michał.
Yeah, hello adventurers again. This time from me. Welcome to our second question and answers live stream. We are going to show a lot of stuff, including a lot of things that we have not shown on any posts previously.
Alright, we just beat up the echo, sorry about that, and we actually see there are a lot of you guys. We have plenty of comments and we are incredibly happy to have you here tonight. For us in Poland it's tonight, for you it's probably very maybe not very, but the late morning. Alright, so let's get to it. The very first thing we wanted to share you, the most important thing for us, and that's why I have Michał here next to me. We are talking about pre-launch stretch goals. Now you see it. Some of you guys actually saw it on our pre-launch Kickstarter page. So Michał, go on.
Okay guys, we've got for a couple of days now activated the pre-launch Kickstarter page on Kickstarter, and we have introduced a thing called pre-launch stretch goals. Long story short, the more people sign up for launch, the more free elements we're going to include into stretch goals before even campaign starts. We probably should be seeing the website like now. My friend is working on it. Basically, we've got 3 stretch goals we are planning to unlock. One is a street lamp, second one will be a roof roaster, and the third one is going to be a serious monster. The more followers we get, the more free stuff we give away. It's very important to gather as many people as we can for the start, so the Kickstarter gets more attention, more people, and more stretch goals unlocked.
Yeah, and all the links, guys, you have in the description. We have landing page, the link that you actually see right there. We have the pre-Kickstarter launch page that just Michał talked about. And for more, we have Dungeons and Lasers fan group, which is actually not made by us, but it's pretty decent. They got pretty much decent admins. Right there, we are active there as well, so go for it. And we have a Discord link which you can accept your invitation if the Discord link is going to update, because I have posted it like a couple hours ago and now it's new, fresh. But if it's going to outdate, just let me know in the comments. We have a chat box right here on the second screen, so I can just like go in 30 seconds and copy paste the new link. So go check it out. Go check out these new links, and I hope I see you there on the groups, on Discord, and everywhere else.
Yeah, the super important thing is spread the word to dungeonsandlasers.com. If you can, guys, just inform all of your friends playing RPG games or tabletop in general that we have a project like Dungeons and Lasers. This is a website. Here you can sign up for launch. It will help all of us to unlock more stuff. The more backers, the more actual terrain pieces we can manufacture, the more things we can introduce. So it's really up to all of you guys to gather as many people into RPG games as possible.
Right, we got plenty of things to show you guys, and I'm just going to make long story short. I'm going to point out what we are going to talk about, then I'm going to talk about, and at the very last thing we are going to have a Q&A that you left your question in on the event Woodhaven live stream end. And we are going to look at the chat right here. I have a second screen of the chat. So for example, if we are going to talk about streets, you have question about streets, just ask it. I'm going to look at the second screen from time to time, and I'm trying to keep up with your comments. So let's get to it. All right.
Yeah, we designed streets. Fully working, fully fleshed out streets that can be used to connect buildings. Let me just show an example how this stuff looks like.
This is the very render that you actually saw on our Pick Your First Quest post, and here, but this is what you actually didn't see. That below the streets we have the sewers and the guards and the thief. Go on.
Yeah. First of all, you guys mentioned this in comments that. There is a little place on the sidewalk, on the pavewalk, that there is like a place for extra wall thing. You can see it on the render right the moment. We have used this to make possible to connect these threads in any way you want. So if you're wondering why does those little carvings on the pavewalks, that's to make every architecture possible with the pavewalks and the streets. On the render below you can see the actual sewers. We go into sewers later, but when it comes to streets, streets are going to be a separate add-on to be bought. They're going to be fully working with every edition of Dungeons & Lasers, not only the buildings, but if you got, for example, dungeons from the first or second edition, they will work perfectly with those streets and pavewalks. Everything made of plastic using same type of clips. And I think that's it for now. We've got any more renders of the complete sets of streets handy maybe?
Right now actually not, but you mentioned the sewers, so I'm going to go for the sewers.
Yeah, you're a big fan of sewers.
And not only me, there are a lot of people that actually love this stuff. So here we go, and you should see it right now. The very first plain set, not entirely assembled parts of terrain sewers, like you actually see on the screen that you have some little rocks in the water. We took care that the short walls are going to have the entry with a big hole, the little small hole with crates, and very long walls with a very tiny hole, and just a plain little plain wall width. All right, we have some questions. So, did you guys make a all right, I see it. Did you guys make a broken wall add-on for sewer, Mike?
Not yet. Not yet. We are thinking at this stage about two things. First of all, the floors are going to be made in transparent plastic. That means all of the goo, water, or just sewers fluid, whatever you guys want it to be, there is going to be made of transparent plastic, so it's going to look differently, much more realistic. The walls are going to be solid plastic as usual. Right. When it comes to extra customization pieces, probably notice that one of the long walls have a little hole inside of it. Those of you guys who bought our previous dungeons, you remember that quite often in the walls you can find those little holes. You can put all kind of customization pins. We're planning to add into the stretch goals a lot of customization pins also for the actual sewers. Last but not least, we are working now on the actual working little bridges that can connect one side of the pavement underneath the town with another. So watch out for plenty of stretch goals.
When you say watch out, I hear and I see monsters. Right, guys. So there is a voting on one of the social media posts. When you actually have chosen the biggest monster of the sewers, and the winner is Tentacle. All right, guys. So the Tentacle actually won the voting. So, but it was very, very close with I Sir but we decided that Dentacle is pretty much a very, very decent model, so just go for it. But who knows, maybe in the very, very, very late stretch goals,
yeah,
anything can happen.
Yeah, ICER was seen once, maybe it's going to be seen again. We don't know.
All right, you were talking about the bridges, and I'm going to show a little bit later. All right, and for now, I'm going to show you the stairs. Mike, what about the stairs?
Yeah, we're thinking about adding extra type of stairs to the third edition of Dungeons and Lasers, mostly because you guys, all of you basically want to create those inns with these extra balconies above the main hall when everybody sit and drink beer, so we're going to need some stairs for the miniatures. So we have a couple of concepts, and probably at some stage we'll just pop everything on Facebook and ask you for your opinion, which stairs you prefer, and we will just manufacture the ones you guys will vote for. At the moment, we've got version made of wood and made of stone.
All right, we had a question from Derek, and I'm going to switch on our camera. All right, what is the plan for the little holes in the sewers? In Dungeon Lasers 1 and 2, you used little gray dots. Will the dots be clear in clear plastic as well too?
Yeah, most definitely. They will come on the transparent sprue or clear plastic sprue.
All right. So let's go on. The very next. All right, we got stairs. Now I'm going to show you some bridges, and bridges will come along with the Crenellations. That actually was one question with about the Crenellations. All right, now you should see connecting bridges with our Woodhaven sprues. Of course, it's a render, but right now we are already thinking about the next bridge on Woodhaven. Am I right?
Yeah, sure. The render you see is the actual fantasy bridge you guys unlocked in the second edition of Dungeons and Lasers. And this is just an example of how actually the second edition bridge was not dedicated for city architecture can look with third edition objects. Of course, we are going to introduce our own bridges, Woodhaven themed for this third edition, but this is how it's already starts to take a shape, and it's already looking great. You can see also the preview of the castle theme that we have not yet revealed.
Yeah. And that's the exclusive one. Here's another look on it. Like the sewers, a much more plain look on it. So now about the Crenellations. There was one question about the Crenellation. Probably I'll find it in one of my QA cards. But
yeah, during last update there was a lot of discussion about the Crenellations related to castle theme elements, so we redesigned everything. We've got a couple of concepts. Expect voting on Facebook very soon, which one you guys would like to be included by default, and we'll see what else can be unlocked in the stretch goals.
So that was the second one. Have a great look. Once again, A option,
yeah,
B option,
yeah, expect voting on Facebook,
and the option. All right. Moving along, we got some questions. I'm assuming we'll get more bridges types.
Yeah, working on everything. Basically, all of the dreamed elements are going to be buried in the stretch goals. So the more we unlock, the more we can afford actually to give away for free to each pledge.
All right. Edward asked if on the castle team did we actually saw we got plenty of.
Yeah, the things are getting spammed quite quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe meantime I will talk about demo box.
Yeah.
Okay, first things first, every backer will get a little preview of Woodhaven in your packages very soon, as we are going to start shipping the second edition in a couple of weeks tops, and you will get all of you guys are going to get this sprue. This sprue has a couple of elements from third edition of Woodhaven. Most of them already have been improved, redesigned, including the Tudor walls, from the renders, the stone walls, from the renders, and this little roofing, from the Facebook post as well. Also, you can find on the Demos Pro a couple of trims. All of this will work with your existing sets, so you can add just a couple of walls from other dungeons and you can test how this actually assembles. Everything is using the soon to be announced Pinion technology. Pinion is nothing else than this little hole that keeps all of the dungeons of Lord Bulbo in place. Expect this very soon with your pledges in your mailboxes.
Alrighty. But actually, Edward asked before about the castle theme, if that was a marble or a broken floor, something like that. With the design, about the design. I'm gonna show you once again this one and show it to the guys, to the stream, right? He's talking probably about this. That marble designed or just kind of a broken floor? What do you think?
Depends how you're going to paint it. In my opinion, we try not to narrow down the design too much because we know you guys like to customize and paint your own designs. So if you're more into broken floors, or you can just paint it in a way that does not look like marble, or maybe in the opposite direction. It's all very plastic by design, so no worries.
Right. Let's go for another voting, because we had another voting on the very giant
Pepper. His name is Pepper.
All right.
The giant has a name.
Giant has a name, and I'm going to show you here. Probably see it right now. As you actually know, or you just saw it in the comments, the Pepper, the comrade, actually won the voting, and there were a lot of questions about if the Rumbling Goblin is going to be removable, and yes, as you can actually see on the picture, Goblin is of course optional, but you can apply him. But if he's a comrade, will he get some other comrades?
Maybe we'll see. At this stage, Pepper the Giant is set in stone. He's coming into stretch goals, along with Rumbling Goblin optional part. We'll see about other giants. It's all about the stretch goals and you guys. And we are doing what we can to block the spam links in the comment section.
It's not an easy task.
It's not an easy task.
So if the Jarek, if you are watching this, our CEO, our master, if you would kindly just watch over these spammers and just block them on the transmission, you have this power. You have this power, my friend. That would be very easy for us to just moving on with the stream, because it's the most important thing right now. Right. We got Pepper, and another voting. You guys love to have the influence on the project, and we love it as well. So about the Town Guard Captain. As you know, Town Guard Captain is the very strong position in Woodhaven. Of course, it's not the most important, but there were plenty of theories, plenty of comments about who's the most capable of being in charge of the town guards. And actually we had a very split thoughts about it. Like we were mixed feelings about all of this, because every guy was actually good guy and they look awesome. So we decided that we are going to make all of free all of them, but the Town Guard Captain is going to be armed. This guy, the most, I would say, last standing man on the battlefield. It's like the best general of the army, cool-headed, and he keeps a town out of trouble. And
do we have him sculpted maybe?
I'm going to look at that, but probably because our guys worked on it very hard. Yes, this is Armand, Town Guard Captain, in a sculpt, plastic sculpt. Enjoy your eye. But we have another sculpt, not captain, but here is the Lewis. Lewis actually was the very first of the designed characters of the optional town guards. That looks amazing. Thank you, Joy. Nice. I have a feeling that you will get soon the mass manufacture minis too. Well, Woodhaven is a huge project in the minis as well, and you're going to find out it very, very soon. All right. Would you like to add something to our scouts?
Yeah, we've got Captain Armand, the guy who won the actual voting, and he's going into the stretch goals as one of the first stretch goals. So in the end of the day, you will definitely see him in your pledges as one of your extra free stuff. The whole Kickstarter is going to have loads of miniatures included, because you cannot have an actual RPG town without proper population. So Captain Armand will have his hands full when it comes to the PC, getting the order done in the Woodhaven. And the Lewis is going to be most definitely included next of the stretch goals. So probably we're going to get all of the 3 guys included, along with dozens of other miniatures. And when it comes to the insane amount of miniatures, Kamil will introduce you to the archers and in general the town guard.
All right. So we got the town guards with the swords, with the halberds or the very long axes, like you would pronounce it, and but we have archers. For now, these are the concept arts of the archers. As you can see, they have different poses, just like with the guys with swords
and crossbows.
Yep. And we have something special because we have already sculpted two models of our archers. Here's the very first one and the second one. We have a question from Mitch. Will dungeons be available retail, or will it always be just available on the Kickstarter? Halberds, yes, thank you, Edward.
No, most definitely the Dungeons & Dragons is coming to retail. But watch out for Kickstarter. Probably will get the stretch goals, obviously, with your pledges, and you will get a little bit cheaper than in the retail in the regular brick and mortar stores. So yeah, after the Kickstarter and deliveries and so on, Dungeons & Dragons most definitely is going to the retail.
All right. If you were wondering about the manufacturing of minis in this project, just have a look at this.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of what we are going to be included in the actual Kickstarter. We still got some time, and this is just a fraction of miniatures we're going to get. Yes, the city will have a very, very large population, and it's going to be reflected with the actual plastic miniatures with the terrain.
Right. Stretch goals make the projects gold. Yeah. Will these figures be available to get as an add-on, so you can get extra sets of them?
Both. You will get add-ons, you will get stretch goals. If you wish to buy a couple of copies just to have literally hundreds of miniatures, no problem.
All right. And we mentioned about the miniatures. Now let's talk about your wish list, kinda, because Tomasz, our graphic designer, actually made some concepts of your most wanted bits in Woodhaven. So we have another armory bits, we have haystacks, we have Portcullis. We actually learned that word
since the last stream.
Yeah, on the last stream, and now we use it. It's a very cunning move. Will there be trees? As we mentioned on the previous live stream, trees are very difficult to manufacture just in plastic. You need some additional materials for it, so probably not. But
bring your friends to Kickstarter, and if we got enough pledges, enough backers, we can put into the stretch goals literally everything. Except maybe living dragons that are hard to come by, but everything else, we can fund it.
Floor packs, roof packs. Scott asking.
Roofs. The roofs are the last part that we are working on when it comes to the engineering angle of the 3rd edition. We are currently testing still a couple of solutions to make sure that roofs are capable of reflecting all of your ideas when it comes to the designing a town. So we still do not have anything that we are ready to show, but we are still working in the background on the roofings.
All right, there was a question about animals. So, Good Boy and Sleepy Cat, welcome. Of course, they're just concepts. We are going to work on them, and some more bits like the bathtub, the very big bathtub, the luxury bathtub, some stemming for the hats, and more and more. And now here's the big thing.
We're going to talk about it later in probably one of the Facebook posts about the biggest stretch goals, what we can actually do. So this is just a sneak peek of what we are thinking about. Obviously everything needs to be budgeted carefully by us, so maybe not all of the ideas will finally end up in the voting phase.
But we are thinking too many ideas are actually good ideas, as always. Oh man, Siege Kitty questions. They will be riding gods.
Yes, the mounts are coming, most definitely. We're going to include a couple of mounted gods, along with okay, this is a big reveal. Not only humans live in Woodhaven, and not only monsters in the sewers or giants. We're going to introduce elves, orcs, or dwarves. Expect everything on Facebook. We'll start a couple of votings, and you will just guys say what you expect to live in Woodhaven.
All right. I think we closed our section from what we have to show to people. Now it's time to answer some questions gathered from the Facebook event. So the guys, for the very next live stream, probably we're going to do like the same operational pattern. It's going to be an event, and in the discussion section you can actually post your question. I will post.
I just got one quite important question from user I cannot read because the font is too small. But the question about integration. I hope. Yeah, I hope this is quite readable. As you can see, this is the Tudor wall for the Woodhaven, and it's using exact dimensions and connectivity system as dungeons from 2nd and 1st edition. So if you want to mix and match basically anything, the system allows you to do so. So no worries about the integration, it's just still using the same pins.
Alright, Travis asking, when is Dungeons & Lasers 2nd edition shipping? Soon?
Very soon, very probably soon. Like 2 or 3 weeks tops. We are working on last of the packagings and stuff like that. Most definitely you're going to get your packages long time before the promised delivery date.
Right. Any thoughts on complete line of miniatures, fantasy, sci-fi, shadow and sun?
At this stage, we are creating everything for Woodhaven to be consistent, along with the regular people, elves, and some monsters, and maybe some demons. Expect some reveals soon. At this stage, the main focus is the Woodhaven population.
Alright, so smoothly, let's go for the question. Travis, will the stone bridge from Dungeons & Lasers 2nd edition will be able to connect two bridges? Alright, like we said, we're working on the bridges.
Everything is connecting with everything.
Yeah, so there is an answer. Chris, will there be sitting townsfolk?
Very late stretch goal, if so. It's sitting townfolks is something that we've got tons of other things that many people demand and expect from us. So Sitting Town, folks, is going to be more like an extras in the late stage of stretch goals. I'm telling this openly.
All right, Travis, it'd be possible to get one doorway that has 2 plug holes on either side, so torches, lanterns, lamps can be added for building fronts or building signs, or even 1 plug hole works. Well, we actually presented you on the pre-launch graphic of the pre-launch stretch goals on the pre-launch Kickstarter page. There was a roof and a sign that was directing you to the very specific districts of Woodhaven. Come on.
Okay, we've got something extra here.
Here's the cameo, the mighty cameo.
Take a look, guys, at that.
This will fall apart in my hands. Just save me. Okay, let's just put it on the table first.
Right.
Yeah, it's designed to be on a table.
Yeah, not in
the space, so the sci-fi. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, is this visible? Not. I need to.
No, we need to boost it up.
Okay, guess what? Okay, this is like a very early prototype, so to speak. As you can see, this is the actual bridge connected to Woodhaven architecture. Everything connects with everything. There's a group of engineers behind this product that make sure that this rule is not broken. And yes, this is the Robin the Goblin special free miniature for those of you guys who filled our survey after 2nd edition. You can see a stretch goal from 2nd edition included here as well. This is the jail doors. Quite a lot of things that are visible. I can just show closer to the camera. Yeah, just wait for this to be painted.
Yep. Right. Michał, can there be wooden shutters that slide into an open window, kind of like the door piece in the Rampart?
Super expensive thing. Not expecting this unless we unlock an insane amount of stretch goals. This actually changes the way how we construct the actual toolings, how we design the roofs, how we decide the window, how we design the windows. That's a very little thing that has a lot of consequences engineering wise.
So that's one of the reasons that you should share the link from our description.
Yeah, the more people are with us on the day one, the more snowball we can get, and the more people jump into the project, the more stretch goals we can afford to unlock.
Right, Derek. And since most Archon brands have a crown jewel piece, a trebuchet would be nice as add-on. Rolling siege tower, catapult, perhaps. Like we presented it, it's a very big stretch goal. Yeah, so it's possible, but we just we are not decided for like 100% what is going to be. But when you guys will made it, we will made it too.
Yeah,
like it too.
Best advice we can give: bring your friends to the Kickstarter.
Right. Will there be jail cells to hold the people the guards arrest? We already
have from the 2nd edition the actual jail doors. I can just remind them. Yeah, those are those little thingies. They're coming to you with your packages very soon. Probably we will design extra jail set of customization bits. We are not forgetting about those who uphold the law, so no worries.
Joanna is with us. Woohoo! Are late pledges still open for the 3rd edition? No, because there were no Kickstarter for now.
For the 3rd edition?
For the 3rd edition.
Probably it's about 2nd edition. As far as I know, the late pledges are closed now. I would have to double check it. We'll post about it in the comment section later.
Okay. Joy, can we get hidden items like tree stump that's hollow and has a stash in it, or rock with a carved out space where a secret cipher is kept, a crate with a false front where forged documents are kept, stuff like that. Anyway, you guys are amazing. I'm so eager to jump on this next phase of Dungeons & Lasers. Thank you very much, Joy. But That's really
you know, to actually make something with a hole inside of it, you have to make it very multi-part. So if you want to make a rock that's going to have a hidden stash inside of it, with this rock will have to be in a many parts. So it's a very expensive thing. This is from the purely engineering perspective. So that kind of things, late stretch goals.
Ort asking, will there be a game model too? I'd love a campaign setting.
This is a great idea. We need to think about it quickly.
We need to write it down.
Yeah.
Game model.
If you have an idea for a campaign, or maybe you want to point us into the direction of someone who would be happy to joining us project as someone who can write a scenario, send us a message.
Can we have a ship?
Ship, most definitely not in this campaign. It's a very expensive element.
Right. Will there be a large statue or fountain of a certain lord? I guess it's
A certain lord. We all know the one and only ruler of the dungeons. We'll see. It's big elements are things that we are discussing at certain stage of the campaign when we've got more or less projection of how many stretch goals will be unlocked.
all right. Dougie asks, will we get a separate sprue for just torches, lanterns? We need more torches for dungeons and sewers. That's actually a great idea.
We're writing this down. We'll see what budget allows us to do so.
Yep. Peter, will you make tiles that are 1 on 2 and 1 on 4 squares so that you can make narrow corridors or rooms that doesn't need to have an even amount of squares? A lot of pre-made rooms from campaign books I can't be made with only an even amount of squares in your room.
Well, we're not expecting implementing this, and the reason for that is the whole system has been designed in a certain way, and now changing this would have a lot of consequences when it comes to the way we design tooling, the way everything is connected, where the actual pins are connected and when they are not. It's a huge change that would actually require us creating those lasers from ground up to make it working.
Right. Another question from Derek. Are the models single piece?
No, most definitely no. Sometimes some models will be single piece, but most definitely we are after dynamic poses for the miniatures, so expect multiple plastic models.
Alrighty. Chris, can we get floor wall tiles that are 45 degrees or rounded for alcoves?
At this stage, it's very difficult for dungeon lasers in its current form. Dungeon lasers, we design it to be 90 degrees architecture, so creating rounded alcoves, it's not going to be easy. We do not expect this in near future. We
had a really loud gong in our doors, so that's why we just looked on our left side. All right. David, speaking of water, are you going to do some river pond tiles? It could be nice to have one short tile, half water, half terrain, and one all water tile. Next level could be 2 types of water, still and running. This is time it can be purchased specific type of parts building. I recall it right. Definitely need more, much more floors and less walls. Well, that's complicated as well.
When it comes to natural elements like shores, river pond tiles, and so on, not in the nearest future. This is something we would have to basically design from scratch and find a way to connect it somehow to Dungeons and Laser system. At this stage, we focus on architecture like dungeons, rooms, and taverns, and so on.
1066 Gaming. The sewer sketches have rounded corners, no?
No, they do not have rounded corners, but the actual pavements that are element of the flooring, yes, they have rounded. They're rounded on the corner, but those are just pavements, not the actual squares or walls.
All right. Scott asking, regards the citizens of Woodhaven, what races would there be? Well, human, monsters, dwarves. We've got some.
We've got plans for elves and orcs.
Yes, and pretty soon, probably on Thursday, there's going to be a post about the design and the look which you would like to see in our Woodhaven world. So expect that pretty much soon. All right, will they be in everyday poses like the tavern patrons drinking?
We had this question previously regarding sitting down folks. If so, a very light stretch goal.
Right. Will there be a market area for Woodhaven populated by different style vendors? For sure.
Definitely, marketplace and the tavern are our two most important customization bits we are creating at the moment. So expect a lot of elements that will allow you to create a huge market area.
Right. Goblin Slum Quarters stretch goal when? Simon.
Goblin Slum Quarters stretch goal when? Well, we are not planning at this stage slums for goblins, but expect maybe 1 or 2 extra goblins in the stretch goals.
Right. Will the Woodhaven Kickstarter add-ons for people who missed the first Kickstarter or people
most definitely?
Yes, we are going to do a huge pack including all the free editions.
Yeah, you can either pledge for insanely big set of Dungeons & Dragons terrain, or you can just buy extra few add-ons with the previous edition dungeons easily. So no worries about that.
Right. Scott asked, will there be an official made to measure dungeon laser storage box? Maybe modular in design so that it can store any combination of the dungeon and lasers range. Example, a storage box that could hold a pledge level.
We'll see what can be done. We have discussed this in the office. We'll see what can be manufactured actually. So stay tuned for updates regarding that.
Right. Will there be an official map of Woodhaven? That was really good idea.
Yeah, we are thinking about it. We are probably start working on it at some point.
Yeah, probably it will look like that image with the multi-level of Woodhaven that include the dungeon with the dragon and the top of the city of Woodhaven and even the docks. So it's probably going to be like enhanced version of it or something like that. Okay, do you have an estimated date for Kickstarter? The most important question for the last question.
Yeah, we are finalizing a couple of things. We are estimating what we can actually manufacture for the next month or two. So expect the date of the Kickstarter in the next 2-3 weeks tops. We are almost there when it comes to the planning. Right.
There were a couple of questions on Discord about going multi-platform with the live stream. It's like not everybody has a Facebook, and we understand it. And what about the YouTube? Well, the YouTube recording is going to be uploaded in a couple of days for sure.
Yeah, expect email from us.
Yes, and about the live stream, we're going to think about it. We just need to check out the tech of cross streaming on the Facebook and on the YouTuber. But as we actually saw, the spammers are the really hard to handle with the only 2 of us. So probably if it's going to be cross streamed, we will need some kind of admin moderator with us that will handle the crowd online. So we are not saying no, but for now we just see that Facebook live streams are just getting better and better. So we'll stay for a while with Facebook, but we do not say we will never stream on YouTube. We'll test, we'll see about it. And that's it. Go Twitch. Well, the Twitch audience is actually really specific. like the board gaming on Twitch, as I recall, is not that popular. Of course, the gaming Twitch is more popular, and so I think the most of audience is actually watching us on Facebook. So
yeah,
it's kind of difficult to to stream on the 3 platforms,
Yeah.
or even the 4 platforms. So,
we'll update you on that, technology wise.
yep. If you guys have any of the last questions, that's the time, because we are going to. What?
Yeah, that's it for now, I guess.
Yep.
That's it for now.
We just ran out of the news and updates and the secrets. I can handle the spammers, Joanna. Oh, when the
Okay.
Joanna will go handle for the spammers. Woo!
Okay then. First of all, expect email from us with this recording on YouTube. For all of you guys who are not into Facebook, expect a lot of things. We mentioned it today on Facebook in a couple of next days. You will vote for extra Crenellations, which style you prefer. You will vote on extra races for the Woodhaven citizens. You will vote on a couple of other things. So expect a lot happening on our social media side.
Any chance to get Underdeck campaign in the future?
At this moment, we've got so many things for the future that we need to start analyzing them first. But we write down every of your ideas from the chat, and we are thinking about everything.
Yep. Do you ever rest? You've all been hard at work. Thank you so much.
No, we don't rest in Poland. We just work like crazy in Woodhaven.
Yep. Eat rat man.
We'll see about that.
All right.
And yes, horses are coming. No worries.
Okay, I was going to ask about that.
Okay.
So I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. We are very pleased that you joined our live stream. To the closest recall, go for the description links if you are not in our Discord channel, if you are not on the Facebook group Dungeons and Dragons fans, and for the most important thing is to get notified on the pre-launch Kickstarter page and share it to your friends, right? Because on the landing page, probably the most of the backers we have already here, but not everybody is on our Kickstarter pre-page. Would you like to add something, Michał?
Just spread the word. Bring as many friends of you playing RPG games to our Kickstarter as you can on the landing page and on the Kickstarter pre-page. The more people we get into the project, the more things we can give away for free. That's how we work. That's how things get created. We need crowd into this to get things more popular.
All right, I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon in the very next Woodhaven live stream. See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Goodbye.